fibers, essential fibers in the bloodstream, so that absorb all the air stay. So if there's spots in the city or hard to come to,
Yes. I want everyone for the record to know that Denise has cherry blossom. Guys, how you doing?
demonstrating what it's going to look like in the spring.
Yes.
I like the shirt.
How are you?
Good to see you,
Senator.
How are you, Adam? Nice to
It's
see
really
you.
nice to meet you.
Hello, Senator.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Yeah. How are you? Good to see you.
What a beautiful day, huh?
Yes.
You know, it's terrific to be out here at the mansion, and I want to start by thanking the people who came here today. I want to welcome you all to the governor's residence, and today is a really big day because we have a chance to plant cherry blossom trees. They're going to bring some new life, some new color, and more pride to our capital city. I want to give credit where credit is due and start by saying about the effort right here. This idea came right from here in Charleston, an idea from the city's Municipal Beautification Commission. So appreciate that. 12 dedicated volunteers took part in a discussion about how to make Charleston even more vibrant. And from that conversation came a very important plan to plant 1,000 flowering trees throughout the community. I want to thank all the elected officials who are with us today, our delegates and our senators. And I especially want to note Senator Tom Takubo, who cares about the heritage. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And it really means a lot that you're here because West Virginia has a rich history, not only with cherry blossoms, but with the Japanese people. So thank you. The volunteers that have come together, along with all of our local partners and our city leaders, they've shown what it takes and what can be achieved when people come together to build something lasting for future generations. So I'm grateful for the city of Charleston and the mayor, not here today, but I'm appreciative for her. On behalf of the First Lady and myself, I'm grateful for this gift of 6 cherry trees to the state of West Virginia. We are honored to receive them, and they will stand here at the governor's residence as a lasting symbol of friendship and cooperation between the city and the state. There are a number of organizations that we want to recognize for their support and generosity. The Jacobson Foundation, the Daywood Foundation, the Kanawha Garden Club, Reverend Jack Liphart, Lisa Barnhart Reed, and many private citizens who offer their time, their energy, and support. Your commitment reflects the true spirit of West Virginia. We have neighbors helping neighbors and communities working hand in hand for the common good. Now, as we plant these cherry trees, we're also reminded of the deeper meaning that they hold. The cherry blossoms we are planting today are from the original cherry blossom trees in the tidal basin in Washington, D.C., that were a gift from the Japanese people. Here in West Virginia, we have a very proud history with Japan, a country whose friendship and partnership with West Virginia continues to grow stronger every single year. And I was glad to meet with the Japanese ambassador at the residence earlier this year. He had a chance to come to our state of the state. What a tremendous person and a wonderfully nice man. We had some terrific conversations. As one of our largest trading partners, Japanese companies have invested in our communities, created jobs, and shared in our vision for economic success. And this friendship, it extends well beyond West Virginia. Just this week, I believe it was yesterday, President Trump was in Japan to meet with the new prime minister and solidify what Trump called the, quote, cherished alliance between the U.S. and Japan. We are grateful for our countries and our state's friendship with Japan, and these trees will stand as a living tribute to the respect and collaboration that unite us. I also think it's important that this year, which marks the 100th anniversary of the mansion, that we note that relationship, that special relationship between the Japanese emperor and West Virginia. We know back when the Japanese emperor was younger, he was here, right here in West Virginia. And we know that there are relationships that are very deep between the Japanese people and our wonderful state. As we plant these cherry blossoms today, we celebrate that relationship. And as we commemorate the 100th anniversary of the mansion, I think it's important to note so much of the rich history that went into making all this happen. And it's just a wonderful history we have a chance to share with the people of our state. I want to thank everyone for making this happen today. We're looking forward to these trees going strong and beautiful. We kind of made way for some of these trees. I think one of the storms, one of the old trees went down, but where something old falls, something new rises again. And that's what we're here today to celebrate. So I'd now like to turn this over to a woman who's made this project possible, Anna Forbes, the chair of the Municipal Beautification Commission. Anna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Governor and Mrs. Morrisey, for inviting us here today to share in this ceremonial planting week. These trees are a gift from the city to the state, our beautiful state of West Virginia. These trees, for the horticultural nerds out there, are Yoshino Japanese flowering trees, and they will be blooming come this April. These trees, as the governor said, they represent a shared vision of robust community enrichment and the economic development of our city, our region, and our state. I know these trees represent something very special to the First Lady as well, and so it is an honor to present them here today. A little bit about the project. As the governor said, it's called the Appalachian Spring Project. It's a plan to plant 1,000 spring flowering trees, as well as less showy street trees, park trees, lawn trees in all neighborhoods of the city. And our estimate, our runway on this is about 2 to 3 years, depending on funding. I want to also emphasize that 1,000 trees sounds like a lot, but I'm hoping it's just the beginning. Hopefully, additional phases will be added. This idea was first conceived by my commission around a round table where everyone was discussing big ideas for the city of Charleston, and this idea was broadly supported. In developing the idea, people came forward and said, you know, what about back in the day when the riverbanks were filled with spring blossoming trees? Can't we do that? And so this idea is warmly embraced by so many members of our community. What's great about this project is it's also a project of public sector and private sector collaboration. We have, on the one hand, the public sector, which is my commission, but we also have tireless volunteers. All of the people on my commissions are volunteers. We don't work really we work for the city, but we aren't really employees. And the members of the commission, they're visionaries. They make things happen. They're worker bees. The goals of this project is obviously beautification, but it's strategic beautification. It's beautification that is aimed at generating economic upturn, increasing tourism, spurring economic development, growing our community, fostering important conservation concerns, and improving the general well-being of our citizens. The government can't do this alone. The private sector, public sector endeavor is important. As the governor noted, we had early support from the Jacobson Foundation, the Daywood Foundation, Kanawha Garden Club, and numerous private citizens have offered their support, and we are still knocking on funding doors. Donations for the project can be made through the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation. There is an Appalachian Spring Fund that has been set up for this purpose. The trees, as I said, are predominantly spring flowering trees, but there'll also be keystone trees that are really particularly important for our urban ecosystem. And I want to note that we have been consulting with Casey Trees, which is the nonprofit tree farm that sources and takes care of the trees in D.C. They've been doing that for decades, and these trees are the trees that would have been going to D.C., but they're now here because of our relationship with Casey Trees. This project started with 30 trees. That's kind of modest, 2 in front of City Hall, 5 at the bottom of the airport road as a kind of a gateway into our city, 6 at Ruffner Park, and the 6 here today, and a couple more up and down on the boulevard. This project, in conclusion, is a project that brings people together from all walks of life. It is about as charismatic and lovable as Dolly Parton. Who doesn't love the vision of our riverbanks, our streets, and our boulevards all decked out with showy, glossy, white and pink blossoms every April? Who doesn't love the idea of tourists flocking to Charleston to see the floral spectacle of spring flowering trees? Who doesn't love the idea of a sudden spike in marriage proposals along the riverbank in April? Who doesn't love the idea of bettering our wildlife habitats? And who doesn't love the idea of our shining capital city filled with spring flowering trees? This is a great capital city collaboration. And I'm so very grateful to the governor and the First Lady for shining such a great spotlight on this important and historic project. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And I will tell you on a personal note, I am grateful for the inspiration of the First Lady, who talked about the importance of doing this and really celebrating this as part of the mansion anniversary as well, given the deep history and the relationship. So thank you, Denise, for your inspiration. I wanted to make sure, I'm so grateful for the legislators who are here today. So I try to share the wealth a little bit. And I know this probably has special meaning to you, Senator Takubo. Would you like to say a few remarks?
Sure.
But you don't have to. I just like to give you the opportunity.
No, I'd just like to say thank you, Governor. Thank you, Charleston, for all the work that you've done. This is an absolutely beautiful idea. And I know everybody, so many friends and family like to go to D.C. to see that, and to see that happening here in Charleston means so much. I know that we have a rich investment that started back 30 years ago with Japan. We have a business office in Japan, and so we have, I think, over 20 plus companies here. So I'm sure this will mean a lot to them too. So thanks for all the above. And thank you, Governor.
And I don't want to leave anyone out. Senator, do you want to say a few words? Delegate, you're good? Well, I want to thank everyone for coming. And this is really exciting because West Virginia has a rich tradition with trees. And as we all know, we're the third most forested state in the nation. So I love this project and just honored to be able to do it here at the mansion today. So thank you and God bless. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Oh, I guess I have a job to do. All right, so what are we doing here? Oh, yeah.
Kevin, hand in the shovel.
Anyone else would like to shovel? All right, everyone, get some dirt. Ready? Ready? Hold. You guys got the picture? Fire away.
For sure.
All right. That's very nice. This is going to be beautiful. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you, Senator. Appreciate it. Absolutely. Good to see you. All right, guys. That concludes our remarks for now. We'll see you very soon. Good to see you, bro.
Neighbor's house